Good afternoon, everybody. My name is William Johnson. I'm a real estate broker with Royal LePage Humania. You can reach me at 514-464-7297 if you have any questions after this video. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about the real estate market coming up between now and between the beginning of the spring 2022. So, according to the Royal LePage blog, homebuyers are bracing themselves for a continued price increase and tight competition this spring following double-digit gains in the final quarter of 2021. Demand for homes remains high across the country as Canadians continue to prioritize their living space over other purchases. However, housing shortages characterized many urban centers before the pandemic, and supply has continued to lighten. Multiple buyers competing for too few properties has resulted in continued upward pressure on prices, and buyers who were unsuccessful are strengthening the pipeline of demand. With no supply relief on the horizon, home prices are expected to rise through the spring market of 2022. I know I'm bringing you such great news, right? But the fact is that everywhere in our largest urban centers and in the nation's small and medium-sized towns and cities, new homes are not being built fast enough to satisfy the growing demand. In addition to slow and expensive regulatory processes that burden builders, construction has been hampered by pandemic-specific challenges, including labor shortages and the increased cost of construction. The suppliers that are giving the materials are struggling with supply chain issues. Some developers have even been hesitant to commit to new projects because of these issues. The country has been fighting a chronic housing supply shortage since long before the pandemic forced us to repurpose our homes for work, school, dining, and entertainment, not to mention an alternative to travel. So, with more young people than ever before looking to buy their first homes, and tens of thousands of newcomers to Canada adding to this demand, it has never been more important for policymakers to take steps to address the country's housing supply shortage crisis. The booming real estate market are making many hopeful that an increase in interest rates will slow the demand or at least bring prices down. But unfortunately, those who are hoping for that might be out of luck. Higher borrowing costs will be coming off of historic lows, and the increases may not be enough to offset the significant upward pressure from inventory shortages. So, in other words, many people are hoping that prices are going to go down. Unfortunately, history has shown that when you raise interest rates, even in spite of that, because of the fact that there's such a large amount of pressure pushing prices up because of the lack of housing supply, we probably won't see prices go down that much. Nationally, the aggregate price of a home increased 17.1% year over year to $779,000 in the fourth quarter of 2021. When broken out by housing type, the national median price of a single-family detached home rose 21.1% year over year to $811,900, while the median price of a condominium increased 15.8% year over year to $553,800. A summary of the Royal LePage's fourth quarter release for national and regional insights says that there's a high demand that's outstripping the low inventory at the start of 2022 is signaling further home price gains going into the spring market. 87% of the report's 62 regions saw double-digit year-over-year aggregate price growth in the fourth quarter of 2021. 61% of the report's 62 markets saw a quarterly aggregate price increase of 3% or greater. I'm sorry, this is not the best of news, but one thing I can tell you is that changes are coming. If you are really wanting to get a property, there's always a way to figure it out. The first step is to talk with an experienced broker who can help you develop the right strategy, whether to go forward now or whether to be ready to move forward in the future in order to be able to achieve your dream of a new home. You can call me 514-464-7297. You could also visit my website, ekipwilliamjohnson.com. It'd be my pleasure to speak with you. There's always a solution. It's just a question of having the right strategy and having the right person that's advising you on this. So Just to give you the last point here, Kingston, Ontario had the highest year-over-year aggregate and detached home price gains in Canada, 38.1% and 44.3% respectively. Have yourself a great day. I'll talk to you soon.